Welcome back to Crit Couch. I'm Michael.
And I'm Skylar, and just fawning over Alucard.
Yeah, I cannot remember her name at the moment, but like she was the artist for several Castlevanias in a row, and I really love her versions of it. Like all of her characters, they had that kind of like etherealness to them. It's similar to
Yami Kojima.
Yeah, it's very similar to like the way Yoshitaka Amano has a similar sort of like etherealness.
God.
Oh yeah, it's her work is gorgeous.
Holy fuck! I want like a print. Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, and like she did work for lots of these games. I can't remember when she stopped doing it, but
oh my god, she recently did some Magic the Gathering cards.
That's fantastic.
They had her do Soren Markov, the vampire, and yeah. Oh man, yeah, she fucking understood the assignment.
Oh, look, the door closed behind us. I wonder what that could mean.
Time to do some fun rituals, summon some demons. I'm sorry, that wasn't quite what I expected.
Oh.
I like that the bird can't fly and instead has to use the assistance of the gargoyle. So do you have to kill both of them?
Yeah.
Oh wow. This is cool first boss. Not particularly challenging, but so how hard is this if you don't use the axes?
Well, so like
oh, he's in the fight now. All right. Ah, the power of kneeling. He'll never get me.
If I turn red, maybe it's Dragon Ball rules. If I change colors, I get more powerful.
Yeah, he kind of did. Are you okay?
My throat, I think should have had something to drink between episodes.
Uh-oh.
Spearbeak! Is that supposed to like, that's such a weird approach to attack.
To what, throw your friend?
Well, not specifically like.
How do you get away from that?
He's dead.
Oh, well.
It's fine. Just like, I don't actually know if that spear beak is supposed to do anything. I don't know if it's just, oh, maybe if I'll stick my beak out here, he'll run into it. It's right about dick level.
He's going off to Link to the Past rules. He's like, if I just hold it out, maybe he's dumb enough. So you were talking a little bit about some of the like, I suppose the etymology of Metroidvania. Wow, you can really angle your attacks and shit too, huh?
And then there's also magic spells that are kind of sort of hidden. You'll find scrolls and stuff that'll tell you what button combinations to use. They're basically like Street Fighter combos.
So this game really doesn't like do a lot of instruction / hand holding.
You can find the scrolls that give you the information. It's more like if you can stumble across them yourself as well. Now for the special attacks like the Alucard sword stuff, it doesn't.
Okay.
But as far as the etymology of Metroidvania, I remember reading, I think it was Igarashi, who's like the guy who's behind Castlevania. I think he was saying like he's not even sure when or why it started getting used. Like when it's a portmanteau, which if you don't know what that is, that's when you take like.
What is that?
It's a French. Wait, which thing?
There was a thing on the ground, but
it's like a little laser crystal.
Portmanteau.
Yeah, a portmanteau. It's a French term for basically like when you've got two things that are smashed together. Like you take half of one and half of the other and make like a new word out of it. That's like a portmanteau. So like Metroidvania being Metroid mixed with Castlevania. And I literally can't think of another one off the top of my head right now.
I mean, you just had that other one.
I know.
Fam.
Oh yeah, it's like I knew I had mentioned that. Xanadu.
Yeah.
Because Famicom and Xanadu. So, okay, so this is like.
What?
Holy Ash.
What was the pinchy hand?
That was the Holy Ash. I just like threw some on the ground back there.
And it accomplished.
It damages shit. It leaves like a little hurt puddle on the ground.
Two can play.
But
this
so, what's interesting about it is, ooh, So the enemies do have drops, and they can drop different weapons, and there's rare drops and common drops, and I just happen to get a better piece of armor from that guy.
It's me, the crying guy.
But so like that.
Just the fun room.
It's the transition room between different areas. So like we're now in the Marble Gallery zone. The map is fairly extensive.
Whoa.
Yeah, we've already come this far, and there's a whole lot more.
It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, like Metroidvania, just as a term, just sort of started showing up after this game.
It became hugely prevalent too.
Oh yeah, I mean it basically defines everything like that is like this, even to the extent that things that are only vaguely Metroidvania-esque have acquired that title now.
I would even go as far as to say like it is actually becoming a little harder to figure out what people mean by that. At least for somebody like me who I'm gonna tell you my experience with the Castlevania games are thus. I watched the Castlevania show on Netflix. It was good.
So the original Castlevanias were more or less linear. They were more conventional platforming, although they were...
I love the misdirective, like, oh, I'm a potion on a table. No!
Come and have a seat at me. What could possibly go wrong? Let's slap you in the face with a carafe.
I'm a spicy table. Is there a shop later?
Yes.
Okay. It's just...
But so, like, the original Castlevania games were far more linear. There were sometimes branching directions, but by and large...
There's not going to be a light left in the place while you're done with it.
By and large, you were still on, like, a path. Like, you couldn't backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So even the places that had branch-offs would just take you down another linear path to the end.
What was that?
We don't ask.
Okay.
Look, we don't ask what Dracula does with the sex dolls. I mean, well, we know what he does with them because they're sex dolls, so I guess.
They move so funny.
But why did you just leave them in the... It's just a real weird way to, like, leave your sex dolls around.
You just immediately went for sex dolls. I'm like, oh, creepy, like, marionette. Sex dolls. Yep.
I mean, you got to think about it from Dracula's perspective, right? Like, this is his castle.
Okay.
Like...
Is he alive at this point?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But why would anything that Dracula keeps in his castle creep him out?
Yeah, that's true.
So now we know how much damage we're doing to things because of that spirit.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see why. So, like, some of this is just, like, almost interface stuff. You get, like, extra interface. That's really interesting. I remember...
Also, if you're a fan of Vampire Survivors, you may notice some similarities between the number font in this game and the number fonts in Vampire Survivors.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What is Vampire Survivors?
It's... Oh, my God. Okay, so it's the game that, like, kicked off the whole, like... It's kind of like a rogue, lightish Survivor. Basically, like... He just fucking... thrashed me.
This ball in for show.
You know, we gotta be careful about not dying because
you haven't saved in a minute, huh?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. But not dying because so it does damage on the way back.
I'm not sure I'm in the right. So one of the
that ball has physics to it.
Yeah, one of the weird things about this game being kind of non-linear is you can like find your way into places you're not supposed to be yet, or you haven't equipped yourself to be yet. And it's been long enough. I love the way that guy just is like chilling back there like a fucking asshole. Like, hey, what's up?
Whoa.
I'm a boomerang pro. Now I'm dead. But yeah, you can find your way into places that are far beyond where you should be. And it is an RPG, so there's pieces of the game that are kind of like, maybe you should level up a bit before you move forward.
Really? So we might have to do a little bit of that off screen.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't remember if I have gone off track just yet. What the fuck was I talking about like 3 topics ago?
I don't know. I haven't said much. So.
Well, we're kind of in the like, hey, let's just talk about what this game is phase of the video, you know?
I'm just along for the ride, and like this is a visually very pretty game, so I'm just very like I'm just sitting here like slack jawed, like look at it all.
Yeah, it's because oh hey, I just found a shortcut. So this
is that what that is?
Yeah, so this is back. We're already like looped back around to.
You dropped a shirt.
You dropped a cloth tunic.
Is that better than anything? You
Probably not. Definitely not. Also, why would you wear the cloth tunic off of a thing that just like bled out all over everything?
I mean, you are a vampire.
Yeah, but like, I'm not a Philistine.
I mean, like, look, I like bananas, so if like if somebody were to give me a banana shirt, I might wear it.
After they like just mucked and blooded and like gored all over it?
No, it has bananas on it. He likes blood. Maybe he likes a bloody shirt. That's what I'm drawing a parallel to. Oh, it really was a shortcut. We're back here.
Oh yeah.
Huh. That's really cool.
And conveniently, we're just gonna go hit that save point up and refill some health.
Get a little bit of that lifey. So the show, so it mentioned Trevor and Alucard had teamed up before. So you said this wasn't the first time Alucard
Right, yeah,
appeared.
sorry, that was good reversal there.
Yep.
So yes, Sypha from the show was part of Castlevania 3.
Oh, okay, cool.
So in that game you play Trevor Belmont. Oh, that's right, I completely bypassed
Nice.
the shield. So you play Trevor Belmont in that game, and as you progress through the game, you eventually rescue Sypha and you encounter Alucard, and there is another character named Grant who is kind of like a pirate thiefy sort of guy. And in that game,
I'm just a guy.
His last name is like Danasty, which is hilarious. Like Danasty.
He has
I don't know if that was like a translation error from like Dynasty or something. But yeah, it's so much funnier as Grant Danasty.
You have a shield?
Yeah, I have to use the other button for it.
Okay, cool.
There's actually a really funny item
I think
later.
He has like a chain that says Danasty that he wears.
He's just got a fucking like, it's a thin gold chain with like very ornate script that just says Danasty.
Yep.
But yeah, so you can basically pick one of those characters to be your like secondary. And each one has a different ability. Like Sypha, I think, has like ranged attacks. Alucard, I think he can turn into a bat and do some stuff. I'm a bat, bleh.
I'm a bat.
And then Grant has the ability to like latch to walls or whatever. So that was the first time. So that was the whole series on Netflix. That was based on Castlevania 3.
Okay.
Now there was a lot of other stuff. That game wasn't nearly as narrative as the show because it was an NES game. But yeah, that's where you're looking at all of that stuff, and I believe they're doing a follow-up series I think it's supposed to follow Richter.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the like Rondo of Blood / Dracula X.
So in the timeline of things, did the show follow this, or did it just kind of loosely?
No, this comes after the show. So this is Richter is long after Trevor.
Oh, okay. And Trevor's dead.
So after Dracula goes down in the show, the goal, like Alucard's goal, was basically to seal himself away at that point.
Yeah, because he wants it to just be over.
Yeah, and so you encounter like Alucard's basically coming out of. I mean, it was kind of like hinted at the beginning in the opening roll there, but Alucard has come out of all of that, being like, oh shit, my fucking dad's back.
Daddy!
Papa!
He has returned.
Papa Fang! What you doing?
Well, okay. God, now I want to rewatch the show. It's so good.
It is.
Like, it was such. The lead writer, I think Warren Ellis. I
Warren
believe,
Ellis. He was a comic book writer.
He wanted to get a hold of Berserk and do an adaptation. And I'm just like, come on, let him do it.
Yeah, I mean, so if you put him and is it Ari Shankar? One of those two. Like,
Yeah.
he the guy that was.
What is this little guy?
That's a flea man.
A flea man. I'm a flea.
He's part man, part flea. Which part came first? I don't know.
You ever seen the movie The Fly? It's kind of like that.
You want to get real weird? You got to think about how we get made.
Wait, what's the clock in the middle? Is there something special here?
There is not with this clock. I know it looks like there should be. At least as far as I remember, there's nothing with that clock. There are things in this game where you have to pay attention to that. But
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you hear?
What do you hear?
I use proper grammar. It's not
Then
technically
we have
improper
the same
grammar.
purpose.
Oh, it's not?
I'll trust you for now.
Is it like
No.
old English kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
it's kind of meant to sound that way.
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again, if you live that long. Farewell.
Joke's on you, I'm immortal. Wait,
So-
something just moved.
Yeah, so at certain times, this statue opens up, and that's a shortcut that you can use when you can get up there.
Wait, is this game timed? Like it actually has a...
There is an internal timer, yeah.
Oh, and there's the... I love this guy.
Son of a...
Wow, he was
Bitch,
harder than the
yeah.
boss you fought. Like,
The flea men are always terrible. Like, just always terrible.
what are they called flea men?
Because they're tiny people.
I just...
They're the size. They're not the size of fleas, but they're annoying like fleas.
That's okay. That's fair. So, is that a colloquial term, or is that actually what they're?
No, that's what they're called.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We'll actually get a bestiary relic later that'll let you see the names of everything when you kill it.
Cool. Dig it. Okay. So you said the new show might be following Richter. So Alucard might even make an appearance then, or probably not.
I don't know. I don't believe he actually shows up in
Richter's timeline.
well this game is taking place like a year. It said it in the open. I don't remember,
Yeah.
but it's like right after. So Alucard does show up in Richter's timeline. It's just like as you'll see as we go through the story here, like the overlap is Richter goes missing
Yeah. That's
because
right.
Dracula's castle showed back up when it shouldn't have.
It was 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, also,
Because that's I guess Maria's now a little bit older. What?
there are some chairs you can sit in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm just gonna take a chill. Smoke break.
In fact, there's some that have like effects when you sit in them. They're like there's an event that will happen when you sit in them.
Very cool. Well, hey, we'll try and find one of those chairs next time on Crit Couch. Michael promises that he will find one of those
No,
chairs.
we're not. I don't
Yep.
think we're anywhere near one of those chairs.
He is going to find one,
I'm
and
gonna
that's the
murder you.
promise. Lawyers, you heard it here first.